Edit
I
that.
have a question for Steve.
Yes, Jimmy.
I want to hear Steve asked Tom Jones a question, and apparently it was stammering.
Oh no, it was. I actually would have said it on the air, but I didn't want to interrupt because I knew we didn't have a lot of time with him.
So it was taped. So I want to know, can we hear it?
No, we can't because I deleted it intentionally.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm in a fucking asshole. That's why. No, because I'll tell it right now.
No, but why would you?
No, because it would have to be the exchange between you and
there was no
Tom
exchange.
Why would you delete?
There was a bunch
But
of
that's just
reallys.
it. I heard that's just it. The reallys. And then I heard there was some stammering involved, and
Yeah, I stammer anyway, though.
And no, a little nervous, like chit chat thing that can't really be described. If we
I'll
heard
tell
it.
the story,
No,
but
why would you?
No,
delete
it's
it?
not about telling the story.
because when I see somebody very obviously surreptitiously going over and clicking record, I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking idiot. You
Yeah,
didn't
maybe
get
if
me.
you work at fucking
it's a comedy
a nuclear facility, but
Yeah.
you're working at fucking the Opie and Anthony show.
It's a comedy
you know.
show, and it's a funny.
I understand that. I'll tell the story.
No, it's not
not
about
what we're
telling the
talking
story.
about.
It's about having the tape of you stammering in front of Tom Jones.
You're like, why wouldn't you?
Like that would be the good
when
thing.
there's so much disastrous audio on all of us. Like,
Disastrous.
It really wasn't. Honestly, dude, it wasn't. It was sort of a matter of fact thing.
I don't know. Sam seemed to think it was
Yeah,
pretty
well,
good.
because Sam's an instigator, and whatever Sam thinks he can instigate and stir shit up on, he will. But I'll tell you right now, the story. I'll tell the story right now. if
but
you
the
understand.
story is not.
No, it's
I know
not
the story is me
story.
fumbling in. I know the story is me fumbling
it's
in front
not
of Tom
the story.
Jones.
So
It's
why
the
did-
execution of the story at the time.
To teach Sam a lesson, why would you hurt the show?
No, it's
That
not.
would've
It has
been-
nothing to do with Sam. Sam didn't tape it.
Well, whoever. Why would you delete that when you knew it was like, I made an ass out of myself? That'd be funny on the air.
Yeah.
I don't comprehend that. Like, there's nothing unless it was something I said that I shouldn't have said, whatever. But like anything for the
Personal,
air.
you know, you
I don't
blurted
know.
out
You know
your
what? Quite
address.
frankly, I don't really know if it's. It was such a nothing thing, but in retrospect, I was sort of like, maybe I shouldn't have brought that up. Maybe it wasn't something I should have said. Like I don't know. It was like one of those things. Like, fuck it. If they want to say it, I'll say it on the air. But I'm not
But
gonna.
why would you delete the audio? I'm saying, like,
Do you know how much audio I've deleted over the past 10 years that was just like,
no, but you did that purposely,
Probably
like.
would have been the best stuff ever.
nah.
Yeah.
Please. I get called a faggot and incompetent on a regular basis, so.
No,
then you come here.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate question, actually.
Yeah, I understand it's
This is
legitimate. It's a
very
legitimate
legit.
question.
Look,
Yes, he recorded it. Yes, I deleted it. Intentionally. Absolutely.
why wouldn't you think about it would be funny on the radio show?
A 5-second piece of audio of me getting hit in the face with granny panties at a fucking Tom Jones show?
No. You.
If it was nothing,
I
why
comprehend
would you-
exactly what you're saying, okay?
Like you were thinking, like, I don't want to look bad on the air.
No. Dude, I look bad on the air every day. Every day. I get made out. Yeah.
But who?
But I'm serious. I don't know why you would delete that. I can't.
Well, if you think it was a crime against nature, then I apologize.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm asking a legit question.
It is, and I'm giving you a legitimate answer.
You're
I thought
not,
it was
though.
stupid. I thought it was stupid audio. It didn't sound. It sounded like dumb.
If it's you stammering in front of Tom Jones, then
It would
it's
have been funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like me stammering horribly. Should I have deleted the Zach Wilde interview because it was?
honestly,
stammering?
in retrospect, I never thought that Zach Wilde thing was going to be as fucking funny as it was.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
why would you delete when you know what we do? Like,
Honestly, because it was such an obvious attempt. If I didn't catch him out of the corner of my eye going record,
But
I would have fucking let it go. I've been caught so
it
many
was-
times barking dumb shit into microphones that I've just let go completely.
So it was to keep somebody else from having pulled one over on
Yeah.
you.
yeah,
that
that
was-
was more
but-
important than audio.
But the
for
audio
show.
from the
At the
show
time, yeah.
for the show is like, that seems to be paramount here.
Yeah, I understand. I understand, and I understand, Jem. And if it was a horrible, horrible offense that I've committed, then I apologize.
Like, even if it did suck, let's say we played it and it sucked, then we would jump on the person that said, this is great audio. Then that we'd have played it and gone like, oh, dude, this is nothing. What were you just trying to get on Steve? You're fucking being an asshole. Like, it would have worked if what you said is true,
I've been called queer, incompetent, and a number of things every day. Can I get a break once?
I'm not even not giving you a break. I'm asking you.
Yeah, and I'm fessing up. I completely deleted it on my own.
Is it completely deleted?
It's gone because I know how to. I know how to get rid of things completely. And
Oh.
the Tom Jones liners are in there; those are safe.
Well, that isn't really,
But you know, me talking to Tom Jones is not.
I don't get it, man.
I just thought that would have been fun.
I know the pain of being tormented, and I'm going to have to try to turn my character around, too.
Yep.
This is one they didn't get. You
It's
know
not
what?
about, dude. It's not about them getting it. It's about the show.
I understand, Jim.
It's not about Danny or Iraq or whoever it was. It's not about one guy one-upping the other guy.
Derek.
Or whoever it was. It's not.
And after 10 years, I don't get that. I get it. I get it. Why? Considering every chance that is possibly given, I get, you know, fucking humiliated and, you know, fucking browbeaten, as, you know, as do a lot of people. I caught one. Fuck him. No, you don't get this chance.
All right, well, it's not fuck them, it's fuck us.
No, it's not fuck you.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, Jim.
Dude,
it was a 5-second piece of audio.
It is, though. It's like, in the sense that I've brought in every humiliating, awful piece of audio. I've never asked for a piece of audio to be like
I've never asked to be exempt from fucking things, with the exception of this one time. How many fucking times have
well,
humiliated
you just said
pieces
you've deleted tons of audio over the years.
Yeah, but I mean of myself, making a jackass of myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
No. You're not hearing me. Like me in the studio going, that was dumb, that was dumb. But if I'm in the studio with Derek and and I'm stammering into a microphone, he keeps it and he fucking either gives it to you or he doesn't give it to you. It happens all the time.
Steve.
Iraq.
It was very obvious we were recording. We were not trying to hide it from you. It was also not done in a malicious way. It was a very honest moment that you were having with him where you were explaining a story, whether he was interested or not. Steve was really just a little set off by talking to Tom Jones and sharing this experience.
Yeah,
that's all it was. It wasn't to, hey, Steve's an asshole, let's smash him by using this audio. Maybe hidden under that, but
if it's gotten to a point
it was a
where
very honest moment.
Steve makes it sound like whatever story, like whatever the audio was, be it good or bad, we were somehow going to call him queer and incompetent because of the story. It's like, it's not about that, because you keep bringing it up, and it seems to me like you're the only one that brings it up half the time. And it was just a goofy piece of audio. It would have got played, and if it got nothing, it got nothing. But sometimes stuff just works. This show of all shows, I mean, anybody should know the weird shit that we decide to pick up and run. Well, that this show runs with. It's
I'm sure it'll happen
anything
again. I'm sure there will be another piece of audio.
It's not about the audio. It's not like, oh, you missed the audio. It's about like something's going on where the first instinct when something ridiculous happens is they're not going to get me.
It's to erase it, yeah.
And like, let's get rid of that instead of, which the theme of this show is supposed to be.
Everybody, every man for himself. Everybody smash each other in the nuts.
Not even about that. It's about, we have a fucking audience to entertain. I mean, I know you know this, but I'm saying that.
I'm aware
and
of
half
that.
of that shit, that's the entertaining stuff, is our disastrous.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
funniest stuff is when we're fucking up.
Yeah. And it's like, it's gotten to a point behind the scenes where that's something that, like, your first instinct isn't like, oh, I'm an ass, that'll be funny. Like, I get why that would be funny. Like, when I hear the me and Zach Wilde, or I'm a blithering idiot.
What about the dress or the dress? Something about the dress?
I mean, I immediately know that's an awful piece of interview audio.
Who's Zach Wilde?
Douche chill.
What's that?
Who's Zach Wilde?
It's,
he's a guitar player.
Oh.
It's, I immediately know, like, that's what that's good for. It's awful. And, like, instinctively, like, your first instinct is, fuck them, they're not going to get me.
Yeah, I guess we can't go around with that mindset.
I mean, I'm not even saying it's totally his fault. Whatever it is, it's got to. It's.
Well, yeah, it does have to stop. Why is my mindset? Fuck them. They're not going to get me this time.
It has to be worked out. Whatever it is, it has to be worked out.
You're right. Absolutely.
It's like little. Not that that's ruining the show any more than me babbling about it, but.
No, it's.
How about,
it's just
do you understand what I'm saying, though?
thing. Absolutely.
Maybe once a month a Steve Appreciation Day. So
No, I don't think that needs to be done. Thank you very much.
I'm
Rich.
looking out. I'm trying to be a team
I
player.
appreciate it, Rich.
Sam is saying yes.
I like that idea.
Listen.
No, hey, how come? Why has my attitude changed to fuck them? They're not going to get me. I don't know. That's not a question for me. I don't really know. I don't really know. But trying to lead a fucking derelict pack of misfits is not the easiest.
What do you think
That's
needs to
Pappy
be done?
Boyington.
What? I don't know. How do you? This is not the easiest position to be in. I'll tell you right now.
I'm not saying it is, but I mean, for us as on air, it's at times easy, at times not easy.
I understand that.
Anything that
and I am
affects-
not one to fucking. I am not one to like every day sit in my sit in my little cubby and fucking figure out how I'm going to ruin the goddamn show.
I didn't say you were.
I know, but I don't want that to be the implication.
It's not.
Okay.
It's really not. It's simply about this. This one, like sometimes little things happen that are kind of shed light onto the way things are, and this is. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
about
that's
the
one of
Tom
those
Jones
things,
question.
right.
This is one of those little things like where instinctively you ran over, get rid of that, and it's like, dude, that's what we like. That's anything that would be bad was great on the air.
Yeah, the issue has nothing now to do with the recording or what was recorded or wasn't recorded. It's now the reason why you would delete something like that instead of just letting them grab it and bring it in here and we'll all goof around and say how.
Maybe I'm just
you
far too
sounded.
sensitive.
When
Maybe
we-
I'm just way too sensitive.
Dude, all of our strongest value, all of our strongest asset is what we are on the air. Like, I mean, in any, like that you know what I mean? As much as we tease E-Rock and stuff like that, like I've always said, he's irreplaceable because he's a fucking mess. And E-Rock, if you're hearing this, I love you. He's a mess, but he's always bringing something. But he's a mess. E-Rock, you know that. But it's like, that's great to listen to.
And you know what? And Steve was saying how it was just a nothing piece of audio. Well, it would have worked great. I mean, let's say it was a nothing piece of audio, and Eric was like, "Oh, because you ran in here with the big story."
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
if there was just nothing there,
Nothing
and it fell
there.
on his face, and we just got to smash Eric for 20
Then
minutes.
Steve wouldn't have gotten a
He's off the
bruise.
hook.
It would have been fucking E-Rock that would have just gotten hammered saying,
Well, all right.
you
My-
brought
my-
this in as something good?
My
Yeah.
sensitivity level has been fucking raised so goddamn much over the past couple of years that I'm always constantly looking over my shoulder, and that's not entirely internal paranoia.
I'm
all
not
right?
saying you're paranoid.
Mm.
But like,
Yeah, and you're right. It's got to be fixed, and it's got to be addressed. I wish I knew. I wish I had the fucking magic bullet to fix it, but
Uh-oh. Bullets.
yeah.
Or bullets.
Well, Voss, like here's a perfect example. Like Voss is, I knew he'd be afraid to act with Chaz Palminteri, and it was like as disastrous as that was for a performer. I'm saying this nicely, but like he basically,
Louis Beans.
yeah. I mean, you humiliated yourself. I'm kidding, Rich.
Hey, wait a minute.
that's,
Hey, hold on a second. I had to fucking serenade my girlfriend in front of fucking on national
I know,
radio.
dude, no one is saying.
So I mean, yeah.
No one's a bigger believer in Steve audio on the air than I am. Believe me.
I know.
I'm
know.
a fan.
I think I pulled through that audition. I mean, that read pretty well.
Oh. Terrible.
Really?
But it's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not about the audio. No one's saying that you haven't sacrificed your humility. I mean, of course. I'm only saying when the instinct is to jump in and get rid of it.
Yeah, that shouldn't be
There's
there.
something going on that's not good.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. I completely agree with
The
you.
instinct should absolutely be like, all right, they got me on this
Like
one.
you should have said, "Save that."
Here
Make sure
it
you got
comes on
that.
the air. Yeah, it's going to get on the air.
I didn't realize. There you go.
But dude, that's great.
I'm not cringing at that one.
I know. You should be. It's horrible.
I'm not. Dude, there's 8,000 of those fucking clips. But yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm entirely too sensitive at this point after being fucking bludgeoned.
Well,
And
you're not-
that's how you executive produce.
Well, what is your response to it? Like,
I ruin things.
there was one.
And I'm really, and I don't give a shit. You're right.
That's funny.
Play that one.
Yeah. Well, I think we ought to, think a little bit more about those situations before hitting the
Well, all right.
nuclear button that
Yeah.
deletes something that might be gold.
Because you want to be liked, and I like you. Like you don't. You
know what, dude?
but what
I've so gotten past that. I understand your point. Your point is I want to be liked by everybody, and
Yeah.
the position I'm in, I cannot be.
right.
Why?
No, it
I
cannot.
just want to, because you bring this up a lot, and I find this to be
You
fascinating.
cannot be in a position of authority where you have to administer some kind
Steve
of...
thinks that no one's allowed to like him or something. Like he's got some weird, like he puts up this huge barrier where you can't be friends because he's above you or something
Steve
like that.
feels like this, and Steve feels like he's up against three people. He feels like he's up against you, Travis, and Sam, and E-Rock to a certain degree, and that you guys probably don't respect him or like him. I think you feel like you're not respected.
Yeah. Completely valid. And completely valid in a situation where you, on a constant basis, have to subject yourself to ridicule. And that barrier
But
or that...
that works-
hold on a
it
second. Let
works
me
for
finish. I'm not
everybody,
done
though.
talking. there's that line between on air and off air gets blurred.
No, it doesn't.
I don't, no,
it doesn't get blurred.
It
Steve.
does.
No, it never does. When have I ever in the office called you gay, queer?
How many
incompetent?
times have you like,
everything
seriously?
that you bring up on the air? Because this is another thing that you bring up a lot, where you say that the shit goes down. You like to say that the staff doesn't know when we're not on the air anymore, and it's completely different. The kind of behavior that goes on the air is completely different off the air. But you seem to think that it continues when in fact it doesn't. It doesn't.
No, I'm not saying exactly.
We'll play goofy gags on you. So, like, occasionally, we'll pry off every key on your keyboard and rearrange them.
which is now somebody's responsibility. If but
it's just goofy stuff.
I know. Well, if she would, but
the difference.
I've made
Here's
somebody accountable for that. By the way, so
done. Here's the difference. You look at that with rage. We just like if somebody did that to my keyboard. If I came in the morning and my keyboard was all mixed up, I would just start laughing. It's funny.
I wouldn't know the difference.
Steve doesn't. Think.
I don't. And
Thought
I'll
he
tell
was
you,
seeing double from the night before.
I actually thought about this. Whereas this show is comprised of people who, by and large, I think got picked on a lot in high school, and probably in their formative years got picked on a lot. And I'm one of them. Whereas a lot of people had to develop, cerebral weaponry to combat those things. I was able to smash people's faces into concrete with impunity. Wow. Unfortunately, you can't do that once you hit a certain age.
Where's the point of this?
The point of that is I don't have some of those. I'm not as adept, probably. I'm not as quick-witted as some of the other people are.
So you'd rather smash somebody with your meat fists?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, I guess that's where we're different because
you used to beat up kids. They picked on you and you used to just fuck them up in school.
Absolutely.
I
I used to fucking ram people's faces into fucking radiators and fucking
Would they stop fucking with you after that?
Yeah.
Grr.
But it's
Why not?
It has to be.
Get the fuck out now.
Oh, see, there was some good acting. It has to be fun, man. I'm not shit on you. I'm for all this. If this isn't fucking fun, like if this is a fucking unpleasant place to come, then what the fuck are we doing? It shouldn't be.
No.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Can I play devil's advocate and say why?
If you can
Steve's
spell
point?
it.
Steve's point is. If he gets abused, he can't come
Steve's
back.
Point is
he's not coming
that he's
back and
gay.
abusing.
Oh,
You can
sorry.
abuse. So you could take abuse because you give it out. You have the opportunity to abuse. He doesn't have the opportunity to come on the air and abuse. Right? No, it's a valid point.
What do you mean?
The devil's
It's
lullaby.
It's a valid point. He's not. He just said it. He's not verbally.
And let me laugh at my friend's comment.
He's verbally not coming back on the air and getting even with anybody. So all his rage is physical, which he can't do now. You can verbally.
I got it.
All right. So
He's
then
explaining.
then
He's
agree
explaining
and
what
see
Steve explained completely.
Yeah.
what Steve is saying is that he's frustrated that he can't punch our faces. That's what
Absolutely.
he's saying.
Well,
Absolutely.
he's saying that like if Steve when he's been fucked with, I mean that was how he dealt with stuff, and if he feels like I don't think he's saying it that literally, but I mean
No,
I'm sure at
not
times-
that literally, but yeah. I mean,
at times. But point is, it's got to be fun. We can't. None of us. We can't have this aggressive atmosphere. It's got to be fucking fun, man.
Yeah. Jesus, Rich.
I'm a big fan of Steve's.
Thank you,
So
Rich.
am I. But that's not the point. I'm a big fan of all these guys. I mean, they all contribute for real. I mean, it's like, but we have to fucking have fun
real.
here.
Yeah, we really do. And we have to keep in mind that whatever happens, it could be fodder for the air. You know? If I think if you had said something like, the tape is there and it's like, oh, guys, I said something that was kind of stupid, we would be like, was it just talking to Tom Jones? Yeah. Oh, come on, that's going on the air. We'll goof on it. Or if it was, my dress got out, we'd never do that.
No, I
or
understand
something
that.
about a relationship or this or that or the whatever. That shit would never get out. But something as silly as just stammering because you're in, like it was said, an honest moment in front of Tom Jones where you're getting a little like fucked up about it. That's kind of funny. I've gotten plenty of moments like that where. Oh, what is that? Oh, great.
What's
This
that?
is this just reminded me of is from an old NEW bit where Anthony was trying to do a read for wiper blades. I think it had to be in Spanish.
Yeah.
But it's a perfect example of shit that it could have been deleted. And Steve, you love telling me how long you've been in the business. I've only been in this business as long as you've brought me into it.
I understand
So
that.
I've already learned to shut my mouth around open microphones, and I understand that if I go and I do, and like let's say Derek pulls me aside, he wants me to read something. I know that anything I say in that room is potential fodder for air, and there's shit that I've said that he's used in Saturday Night Virus promos. I knew it was there. I was like, I know he's going to use that.
He knows how to keep his mouth shut in front of a recording
and
thing.
I've done it tons of times.
He doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut in front of a live on-air mic. That's.
But I'm just saying it's fair game. I think once it's been digitized, it's fair.
You know what, dude? In this one specific instance, I turned the mic off because I cut the liners with Tom Jones. I turned the mics off, potted everything down. Then I was in the corner talking to him, and they were potted back up, and recorders pressed again. So it wasn't like I carelessly left anything on. So. If my attitude needs an adjustment, well,
I just think it's more that the mindset has to be that material for the show is paramount.
Tantamount,
That's the fucking.
You sound to me like a guy who has given up. Like when you're talking, I'm listening to you. Like you feel like you've given up.
No, not even giving up.
I have.
You sound defeated.
It's a grueling fucking experience to do this sometimes.
Why?
It shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be.
The stressors are different. The stressors are different, absolutely, than they are for you, than they are for Jim, than they are for any
That
other
is
guy.
true. I mean, but we got to take a certain hit too. I mean, we got
Hey, look, dude, I
haven't taken a day to walk around in your light loafers, but
Thank you.
yeah,
it's a queer joke.
Nah, but you can't. You got to say like they always say that if you want to understand a man, you should saturate. Delete that. No, I'm kidding.
You should what?
Sashay a mile in his shoes.
Saturate. I only wish the Pavarotti was here to photograph that moment.
I mean,
Dummy.
can you imagine if this monumental idiot to my left, which is Voss right now thinks I'm talking about Steve.
Yeah. Steve.
How come everybody has such a good time around here except for you? Like you're always not the one not having everything is a mess. Everything is running around. It's a train wreck. It's sweating. It's putting your hands on your brow and breathing heavily and sweaty.
I'm a fucking stressed out guy. What
Why?
can I tell you? Why? I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, if you ask me what do I not like about this job, I'd say waking up in the morning.
Yeah,
waking
that
up
is
sucks.
the
And that's-
worst
And that's
part.
where it ends.
Once I'm awake and on my way in, then it gets better. What's the
Folks,
matter,
you're
Jimmy?
listening to Intervention with
I don't understand why
Intravention, by the way.
we all get along just fine except for Steve. He just can't do it.
Intervention.
What happened?
No, I'm doing this thing at Yale. A class.
What?
Yeah, I'm teaching a class at Yale.
No, you're not.
A one-time thing about comedy, I'm like, is it this Wednesday? I think I have it in my book wrong.
Yale?
I hope not.
Well,
You're not here on Wednesday too?
No, it's a nighttime thing, I think.
ooh, he's going to yell at you.
I hope it's not this week.
All right. Well, I think we got to keep that in mind.
Do you get paid?
Yeah.
No.
Next time, maybe,
Just
think-
walk out of the room smiling and prepare for another.
You don't have to be so enraged that it's happening. I know when I walk in, there are going to be times where I'm going to be fucking firmly planted under the bus.
Sure.
But-
It's happened to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm exempt from a fucking trouncing. I've been fucking.
But I look at it like it's kind of fun. It's it's good for the show. It's it's what it is. We bash the shit out of friends. Bash the shit out of each other. It's what they do. We don't talk nicely to each other. We're a bunch of douchebags to each other. It makes
no, that's valid.
Makes for fun radio, and
I think I'm hypersensitive to a lot of shit, and that's one of my faults. Absolutely. I think I'm completely hypersensitive to a lot of shit. I also think that there's a lot of stuff that I have to deal with too.
See, and I just avoided a gay joke because I'm being...
What?
being nice guy Jimmy.
You don't have to be a nice guy, Jimmy. I can, the gay jokes I've gotten used to at this point. But it'll fucking...
You said I've avoided a lot of shit. I was going to say, unless it was on your tip of your penis, but I didn't.
Oddly enough.
Oddly enough.
It is not an easy position to be caught in between talent and the powers that be that are signing your paychecks every week. Sometimes there are odd positions to get put into, and it becomes very stressful.
Well, I don't think you'd ever find a situation where the powers that be would be mad that you didn't delete something.
I'm not talking
That's
about
something
that.
different.
I'm talking about in the overall picture. You want to know why I'm so stressed out?
Yes.
It's not easy. All right, I'm not saying it has to be. I'll work my ass off, but you know, it's stressful. It's stressful being in a situation where you have to deal with a volatile on-air environment, and then